Okay, let's get right into it. Finding divorce records in Missouri probably sounds like a total bureaucratic nightmare, right? Well, what if I told you it's actually incredibly easy, completely accessible, and best of all, entirely free if you just know where to look? Welcome to today's Explainer. Think of this as your personal treasure map to navigating the Missouri court system. We're going to show you exactly how to do this. Seriously, did you know you can pull these records without paying a single dime in third-party fees? It is absolutely true. Look, you've probably stumbled across those sketchy websites demanding 20, 30, or even $50 just to run a basic search. We're busting that myth right here, right now. You have just found a literal goldmine of information that you can start using immediately at zero cost. So let's dive into our roadmap for unlocking these public records confidently and on your own. We'll be covering unlocking the system, privacy and legal boundaries, searching case.net for free, historical and alternative sources, some pro tips and troubleshooting, and finally, next steps and a quick disclaimer. All right, part 1, unlocking the system, the lay of the land. So, to start, we really need to understand what we're actually looking at. In Missouri, domestic relations files basically fall into one of two buckets. First, you have judicial decrees. These are kept by the county circuit courts, and they contain all the juicy details, assets, custody arrangements, support, the whole shebang. And yes, they are completely free to search via missouricase.net. Then, on the flip side, you have vital statements. These are held by the Department of Health and Senior Services. They're just bare-bones summaries, names, dates, the county, and you actually have to pay to request them, usually through a service like VitalCheck. So the crucial takeaway here? We absolutely want the judicial decrees. They give you the complete legal story, and again, we can search those indexes online for free. Moving right along to part 2, privacy and legal boundaries. Now, it's actually pretty fascinating how the Missouri courts manage to balance full public transparency with some really strict privacy rules. The whole system operates under Missouri's Sunshine Law and Court Operating Rule 2. Basically, records are public by default, but there are solid guardrails in place. Sensitive stuff, like social security numbers and bank account details, those are fully redacted. Also, things like juvenile proceedings, adoptions, or sealed records, those are legally barred from public view. You're also not going to find deep financial specifics or exact custody arrangements for minor children just floating around openly on the web. So it's an open system, sure, but a highly respectful one. Okay, part 3, searching case.net for free. All right, this is where we open up the ultimate map, missouricase.net. This is the state's centralized, automated case management system. And when you're in there, you're going to see a Missouri case number. Let's decode this because it really brilliantly illustrates how much info is packed into one little code. Take 21SL-DR12345, for example. That 21 right at the front, that's the judicial circuit, which is St. Louis County. SL is the county code. Now DR, those are the magic letters for us. That stands for dissolution of marriage. And the 12345 at the end is literally just a sequential filing number. Once you know this trick, you're going to instantly recognize a divorce case when you're scanning through your search results. So, how do we actually do this? Here is your exact click-by-click pathway. First, head over to www.courts.mo.gov/casenet. And remember, no account, no login required. Second, hit that Name Search tab and select your target circuit court from the drop-down menu. Doing this speeds up your search immensely. Third, just type in the litigant's last name. Fourth, and this is key, filter the case types by selecting family or domestic. That weeds out all the random traffic tickets and civil suits. Finally, just click the blue hyperlinked case number in your results to open up the docket. Now, let's see how this all comes together once you're inside the file. Thanks to a recent update to Court Operating Rule 2, if a case was filed after July 1st, 2023, the remote access is absolutely incredible. Once you open the case file, navigate over to the Docket Entries tab. You're looking for entries that are underlined and have a little tiny document icon right next to them. If you spot that icon, you just click the hyperlink and you can download the public PDF straight to your phone or computer entirely for free. Seriously, it's that easy. But I hear you asking, what if the divorce happened before July 2023? Well, the online index is still totally free, but you can't just download the actual PDFs from your couch. Here's what you do. First, search case.net to find the exact dissolution date in the docket log. Second, look at the top of the case header and note the specific county circuit court. Third, you'll have to contact that exact circuit clerk's office. You can usually do this by mail, email, or just by walking in. And fourth, give them that case number you found and request physical or certified copies.
You've basically done all the hard detective work. The clerk just pulls the physical file for you.
Part 4. Historical and Alternative Sources. Let's shift gears for a second for all the genealogists and history buffs out there. If case.net doesn't go back far enough for your research, you still have some amazing free databases at your disposal. The Missouri Digital Heritage Portal has judicial records dating all the way back from 1750 to 1990. You can search by name and the cause of action for divorce for free, and then request the microphone by mail. Then there's the Missouri Supreme Court database, which covers appealed territorial cases from 1790 to 1880. Family Search has microfilmed court books by county from 1800 up to 1991. You just need a free account for that one. And definitely don't sleep on the State Historical Society of Missouri's newspaper archives. Back in the day, if someone didn't know where their spouse was, they literally had to publish a legal notice of dissolution in the local paper. So this keyword searchable archive is a brilliant backdoor trick for finding historical divorces.
Almost there. Part 5. Pro tips and troubleshooting. Now, even with a great map, you might hit a snag or two. So here are some really actionable time-saving tips. First up, ditch the punctuation on case.net. If the name is O'Brien, search O'Brien, all as one single word, no apostrophe. Second, narrow your search by picking a specific circuit, like the 21st for St. Louis County, especially if you're dealing with a super common last name like Smith or Johnson. Third, watch out for typos. Clerks are human, they misspell names or transpose numbers. If nothing pops up, try a few creative spelling variations. And lastly, if you're keeping tabs on an active case, use the Track This Case feature. It'll send you automatic email or text alerts the second a new docket entry is filed. It's an absolute lifesaver. Finally, Part 6, Next Steps and Disclaimer. We have covered so much ground today, but before you run off to start digging, a quick reality check. Please remember that case.net is just a public information resource. It is not an official certified background check. This explainer is just here to give you operational guidance to navigate the system. It's absolutely not legal advice. If you're looking to get a record expunged or you need real legal counsel, you need to consult a licensed Missouri attorney. And hey, if you ever spot a clerical error on your own personal record, you'll need to reach out to that specific local courthouse clerk directly to get it fixed. So, armed with all this new knowledge, what hidden family histories or crucial legal answers are you going to uncover in your very first case.net search? Seriously, the portal is sitting right there waiting for you. Dive in and give it a try right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. If you found this guide helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below letting us know what topics you'd like us to tackle next. Happy searching!